Hey guys, welcome. It has been a long time, and I'm doing this very much on the fly. This was not planned, but this is going to be one of the several play-in matches for CALLOUS Invitational 3. This is my first time narrating in like a year, and I haven't played a lot of Pokemon either, so I'm probably going to be really, really bad, but I'm just going to jump right in there and try a live narration. And it's going to start out with a Zapdos on Skarmory matchup. It is Lusch on the bottom against Zokuru. Again, this is a play-in for the CALLOUS Invitational 3 tournament. The first play of the game was a Thunderbolt, met by a Swampert. Here's a BP out. Jirachi, I don't know, has any like really blowout BP play here. Like obviously, if it were something like a Magneton or whatever, you could BP to like Dougie and it's devastating, or like a special Tar with Crunch Pursuit could have gone into a Gengar or something like that. But against Jirachi, I don't really know that anything really punishes it. It can just kind of switch out. Here's T-Tar, which if it's going into Jirachi, must at least have either like Fire Blast or Earthquake, you would think. I really doubt that this is just a straight bluff and it's some kind of weird T-Tar that can't actually touch the Jirachi. But he's actually going to go right back to Zapdos. That might have actually been scouting for that HP Grass, and if it was, then that's really good on Lusch. He found that there. That's really valuable information. HP Grass, a pretty uncommon move on Jirachi, so maybe that means that it is the old Super Rachi, which is Combine Psychic, Fire Punch, and HP Grass. No idea how common that set is these days, but I don't know where else you see HP Grass on Rachi. I mean, I guess it could be a really obscure, like a Combine Psychic HP Grass Wish kind of set. This is Zokuru, and I mean, he is traditionally an unconventional player, an unconventional builder. He likes some weird sets. There was a discussion in the chat the other day about Armaldo, which is a Pokemon that Asta likes a lot, and 100% dead serious. I thought he was just joking and trolling. Zokuru suggests that the best set for Armaldo is Knockoff, Seismic Toss, Harden, and Rest. I would never in my life use that set. Harden sounds atrocious to me. His logic was that it makes it the best Snorlax counter in the game. I'm pretty skeptical on that, but just that set just sounds like an abomination. How do you not use a rock move? How do you not use HP Bug? Sounds terrible. But hey, if he likes it, he likes it. The point overall was not about the Armaldo set. I doubt we're going to see an Armaldo in this game, though I suppose we could. The overall point was that that's the way that Zokuru thinks and that he is not afraid to use weird sets. The players, I guess, having a little bit of a connection issue here. They are both reconnected now, and hopefully this does not turn into a problem. Rachi's going to stay in for Combine, and Zapdos is going to immediately BP out. I'm not sure what he was scouting for there. He probably could have taken a Psychic, but maybe he can't actually hurt the Jirachi. Metagross is going to be the target now. I think Fire Punch is a pretty reasonable thing to expect here, and that is in fact what happens, unluckily for Lusch, who granted probably couldn't have killed him there unless he was choice banded and gets him with Earthquake. He's going to be on the bad end of a Fire Punch, and that's just going to go straight down without doing a damn thing. And the early lead is going to go to Zokuru, who almost certainly has a Super Rachi. I mean, I can't imagine the last move is anything other than Psychic. It would be very unusual, I think, if the set were Combine Fire Punch, HP Grass, and Wish. Lax is going to show EQ. It's going to be immediately met with Skarm here. Looks like a physical or a mixed offense kind of team for Lusch. It's obviously not a defensive Zap since it has the BP. Zokuru, the safe play, is going to go straight for the spikes, which, I mean, they matter more than not at all. We know there's at least two grounded pokes. Lusch has what looks like an offensive up-tempo team that probably doesn't care too much about spikes. And he's going to get a little bit of hacks back here, finding a para on T-Tar switch in with the Thunderbolt. Not as relevant as the crit that he was on the bad end of a couple minutes ago, but evening out a little bit. Got a BP here, and surprise Brick Break coming down. I guess the target was either the other T-Tar or the Snorlax there, so there were a lot of good things that could have happened. Focus Punch going to come down. That's a crit there for Lusch, so the hack's starting to even out. 2 pieces for Lusch, 1 for Zokuru, but Zokuru's was more backbreaking, so it's kind of even in my opinion at this point. That did a lot of damage here, and Skarm now in range where he would die to a Hydro Pump, but the BS now kicks in the other way as Lusch is going to miss the Hydro Pump, and that's going to enable the Skarm to stick around and get a 3rd lair down that otherwise would not have been there. So maybe that matters. We don't know if Lusch is a spinner or not. I would think not, just based on the kind of team that he's showing, but he does have an unrevealed. There are 2 unrevealeds for Zokuru. Lax is going to be the immediate response here. Rachi straight for HP Grass, obviously aimed at the Swampert, not going to connect. We know the Lax has Earthquake. We've seen that. We don't know if it is a curse set that has Earthquake. Like maybe it is a special Tyranitar and it's trying to remove Gengar and it's a curse rest Lax. It also could just be a utility Lax. Swampert comes in, takes the EQ fine, 31%. These pokes are not super threatening to each other, but Swampert probably wins out. I don't know. That return actually did a lot. Nonetheless, though, the Lax should not take another Earthquake, and certainly doesn't take another Earthquake combined with Sand, and it is, in fact, the obvious Earthquake there, which Lusch is going to get out of the way of. Zapdos comes in. We do not know, I don't believe, unless I missed it, if he has Hidden Power or not. We know BP and Thunderbolt. We've seen those. And another lucky para, only 10% of that happening each time. Lusch the beneficiary there. So it's been a haxy early game here in game 1 of this best of 3. I don't actually know if I mentioned that it was a best of 3. I should have, but it is in fact a best of 3. And I was wrong about the set for Zokuru. This is what I'm talking about with him running weird stuff. It doesn't actually have Psychic. It's Calm Mind, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, HP Grass. Here comes Swampert. That's on the bad end of an Ice Punch. He takes it fine. He gets frozen. 20% chance of that happening. It's just been a haxy game. That particular one I don't think matters because the Rachi's faster. Or not faster. It does matter. I lied. He's paralyzed. Hoo-hoo. Almost forgot about that. Alright, so that actually does matter because if the Rachi were faster, he just gets him with HP Grass and that's that. But the para there gave the Swampert a chance to kill the Rachi by EQing him out. So that 20% freeze does actually matter. And this has just been a really haxy game both ways. But Lusch right now is going to find himself behind 5-4. Still 3 unrevealeds, 1 for Lusch, 2 for Zokuru. Fire Blast going to even us right up. Like I said, I think that is a special T-Tower with the aim of removing Gengar, Crunch Pursuit or whatever, and then setting up what I believe to be a Rest Curse EQ return Lax. This is just speculation, but that's what it looks like to me. So now it's on Zokuru to figure out what to bring in here. Game looks close. I think Zokuru is a little bit ahead. The 3 spikes are definitely relevant, and then the Lax is pretty low. He's at 31%. Dugtrio here, if it kills the T-Tower, is going to really, really put Zokuru ahead. Because like I said, the Lax is basically dead right now. So it's basically a 4-on-3 situation, and it could be a 4-on-2 situation if Dugtrio finishes the job, which I have no reason to believe that it wouldn't. If it is in fact a special tower trying to remove Gengar, then it's not going to have any super duper investment in its defense. If anything, it might have a special defense investment trying to beat up guys that have Giga Drain or things like that. But it is going to go down to the Earthquake, no surprise there. So Lusch finds himself behind. It's going to be 4-3 here, and like I said, essentially 4-2 because the Lax is going to die to the spikes plus the sand the next time it comes in, unless the last poke for Lusch is whatever, Starmie, Claydol. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's more of a physical poke. It's probably more like a Salamence kind of thing. Last poke for Zokuru gets shown here after Swampert gets KO'd with HP Grass. We've got a 3-on-3, essentially 3-on-2 situation. Here comes Lax as fodder. Finds out what the move is. It's Double Edge. Zapdos isn't going to take that. It is a last poke Starmie. That I actually don't think it gets done here, unless it's somehow faster than Aerodactyl, which it should not be. I believe Zokuru has this game in the bag. Yeah, I mean, he just double edges here, right? Even if Starmie somehow lives, which it won't, but even if it did, and Starmie killed him back, that would leave it with just Zapdos, because Starmie certainly dies to the sand, against Dugtrio and T-Tower, and T-Tower, I believe, yeah, he's at 75%. He is paralyzed, so he could get BS'd out from that, but I am pretty sure Zokuru wins this game almost always. Doesn't Double Edge just kill here? He might be taking a moment to calc it and just going over all the hypotheticals. What if it's some super bulky Starmie, some weird Thunder Wave set, whatever. But I don't really know that you're in a position to play around that. I mean, is there any scenario in the world when you're in Zokuru's seat that the right play is to not double edge here? I mean, you have to. Wow, I'm shocked by that. I am shocked. Is it an adamant arrow or something? Is he afraid that somehow the Starmie is faster? I am shocked that he pulled it back there. I feel like that is a no-brainer double edge. First hydro pump misses, second one connects. Now here's Dougie. Okay. I mean, this is going to work out anyway, so I mean, I guess I can't fault him too much. I think Zokuru had this game one way or another, but I still think the right play was just to stay in and double edge there. I don't get why he didn't, but it looks like it's just going to work out anyway, right? I mean, you just click Earthquake here. Again, if Starmie somehow lives, which it won't, you just come in, you double edge, you win, right? I mean, Zapdos is at 45%, and it's clearly not a bulky Zapdos, so you don't have to Rock Slide, you just double edge. It'll kill it for sure. It's a BP Zapdos. There's no way at 45% that it's living a double edge, whether you're Jolly or Adamant. Doesn't matter. It's just going to kill it. So I don't see how this game isn't over. I don't see how it's not just Earthquake and then, yeah, you just leave Dougie in here, let it die. Actually, that's really interesting. He actually might have punted. If Lusch has Substitute now, I think he actually wins. I think that Zokuru could have actually fucked this up. Yeah, right there is exactly what I'm worried about. This actually gives him an out now, because now if Rock Slide misses, Zapdos can actually kill him with Hidden Power. So this is actually going to give him a chance that he probably shouldn't have. That might have been a mistake. That's why my line of play was better. This whole thing doesn't matter. You don't have to gamble on Rock Slide. I think Zokuru 100% wins had he done it my way and just stayed in with the Aerodactyl, but now he has a 90% chance. I mean, granted, he could also get a flinch too, but there is the Rock Slide miss. Look! Wow, 75% there. So one more miss and he actually loses this game. That'd be a shitty way to do it. The odds are definitely against him, but the Rock Slide miss happens there. Will he get BS'd out again? And remember, these are costing him 2 every time because of pressure, so there's also the PP consideration because of the Protect. So if he actually 50-50 protects one more time or gets another Rock Slide miss, I think he's got this. Is Zokuru going to get BS'd out of the very first game of play-ins? I mean, granted, like I said, I think he had the 100% win and gave it away, so you got to put a little bit of that on him, but he's definitely getting some BS at the end here. Will he miss another Rock Slide? There's no way Lusch protects here again, right? That just can't be a winning strategy. He's not far enough along on the PP drain plan for that to really be realistic. If it were a 50-50 and then he's out of PP, I might look at it, but we are not that far along yet. I think Lusch just has to hope for another Rock Slide miss. $90 versus 10. Obviously a hit from Rock Slide kills the Zapdos here, so nothing to worry about here with flinches or what have you. He's going to need a miss. And he gets it. Unbelievable. Another Rock Slide miss. What a way to start the CALLOUS Invitational. Zokuru pulls away from what I believe is a sure victory and misses 2 Rock Slides to get BS'd out by Lusch. This tournament is underway, boys. Welcome to Pokemon.